So, as you well know, my name is Candido. I work with Northwestern Mutual. Been in the I came in to the United States in 2005 to pursue my academic, my master's. Final, ended up staying because of opportunities that came up in the job market, and that I thought it was going to be good for my growth. I always been fascinated with everything that had to do with economics and finances. I have an economics degree, so end up after a while end up being in the financial, coming back to the financial industry as a financial advisor. So to share with you a little bit of what we do and our process. This is, can you guys see my screen?
I can.
Yep. Alrighty. So far, I don't know anybody that they haven't done anything at a level of planning. We used to, we have everything sort of in that shoebox that we throw in. We have our insurance policy, we have our mortgage, pensions, the little bit of stocks in Robinhoods or Webull. But in my job and my practice, me and my team, what we try to do is take a center approach and bring everything together under the same sort of umbrella. So it works mostly, as Dennis was explaining, it's like a dashboard. We look at what we have, we look under the hood, we look at what we have, what's working, what's not working, and we build a plan around that, understanding that today it's also the future. And by what I mean is it will be easier for anybody to plan for a wedding and save the money by not eating out or not spending it. However, it is important to live life. John just mentioned that in my generation, we tend to want to skip and shortcut towards the future and do not do not go over the effort of either doing the hard work and building the right habits, because we always thinking that I have to have it tomorrow, I have to have it tomorrow, and we are not living the today. And having control of that aspect of our life, it's health. It's what makes us healthy. Being concerned and worried what's going to happen in 10, 20 years brings in a lot of stress. So our point is to build a holistic plan where you can live your life today while still thinking ahead and looking ahead of the curve. We achieve that by building a financial plan with based on risk management, wealth accumulation and protection, and thinking in the future how that money that we have saved, how we spend it, and which buckets are we using to fund our either retirement, moving to another state, or any other plan that we have. So we have several services. Among those, it's a wealth and income protection, education planning, estate planning, business planning, investment advisory, and we also cover the part of life insurance, disability, long-term care planning, and annuities. So with the changes and in how we live life and how we have to prepare, John also mentioned in his presentation that many millennials, they have more money saved than their parents, because they see themselves in the mirror, and they don't want to have, they want to work by choice, not because they have to. So they do want to live the life. Some of them, they will want to live the life by choice, not the life that they have to live. So for that, we develop, with our plan is developed on making sure that we have our pre-retirement income is placed in different buckets, so that we can use it at the retirement time, being conscious of the tax advantages that can bring that each of them brings. we want you to be a good friend of the IRS, not the best friend of the IRS. So developing those strategies a long time will save you in taxes, in which many business owners, and that's where I crunch. One thing, and it was good that was mentioned on the PPP, one of the ways that business owners avoid having to overpay taxes is over-reporting expenses. So that takes away from you the opportunity of qualifying, let's say, for a higher PPP loan in case in the future it's needed. So that's what I do. If you have any questions.
I'll leave it out. Anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I have a quick question for you. So you mentioned different age group and demographics. Who do you really like to work with the most?
I work best with established families, and people between the ages of 35 and 60, 65. It sounds like a big group, but usually they are the ones that I resonate the best. One thing, and I don't know if I mentioned, I have 4 kids. So, when it comes to family planning and that, I have a little bit of experience. So.
Okay.
I have 2.
Candido, sorry, Dennis.
That's good.
How do you collect your fees? Like how do you do, is it a percentage of everything or?
Well, I get paid by the company as a commission, but the plan itself is not charged. So we can sit down, make a plan together, and you make the decision. And I'll share it with you. There is also where I can prepare the plan and I can prepare a plan and share it with you. So we can do both ways.
And now you mentioned you came here and went to school. What school did you attend?
I went to Baruch College, so I graduated from the Siegel Business School.
Oh, right in the city, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. And then as far as you mentioned you came here to go to school, where from? I'm
from the Dominican Republic, and I was born and raised there. Came in 2005, and graduated right in 2008 with when Lehman Brothers went down. So I was here at that time, and especially in the financial industry, it was happening. I was going to job interviews with people with 20 years experience, willing to take an entry-level job just to make ends meet. So.
Excellent. No, thanks for sharing some of that personal information. And then as far as, the whole student debt, college rent, what particularly do you talk to families about when it comes to that kind of disaster of student debt loans, finances, and the costs?
Well, when it comes especially to the student loan crisis, it's mostly, it was something that me particularly had to, I see it every day. Like I see people that I graduated with, they went to graduate school and they are carrying 240, 260,000 student loans. But again, the easiest way is to take advantage of programs, for example, GradFin and SoFi, they have good tools for refinancing. And also, we give, and one of the things that when I do planning with the parents is that if something were to happen to your son and he doesn't have disability insurance or he doesn't have life insurance, the parents are on the hook most of the time for those loans. So that comes into the planning conversation, but it's mostly like how to get ready and get ahead of taking care of it.
Excellent. We do have a little bit more time today because we're moving at a pretty good clip. Does anyone have any additional questions?
So I would just like to ask one question. I noticed on that centered wheel that one of the things that you had along with life insurance, medical, living wills and things was Bitcoin. Do you find that a lot of people have Bitcoin as part of their portfolio these days? I know it's the future, but I'm not
Well,
that familiar with it.
personally, I don't own any Bitcoin, but yeah, like people like the idea of you know, jumping in ahead of the jumping in ahead, and we do have that conversation because some people think Bitcoin is this magic uh, this magic pill that, you know, it's gonna make me rich and it's gonna protect my investment, and it turns out it's more volatile than anything in like even a stock. So, you know, you have these sudden drops of $2,000-3,000, and if you were counting on that, you know, it's just gone, and you don't know how long it's gonna take for it to go back. So, but
So
yeah,
it's even riskier than the stock market.
it's more volatile. It's more volatile than the stock market, way more. So, and risky because it also opens the opportunity for scammers, and and you know, and people deposit their trust in Bitcoin. It's not that they're depositing their trust in Bitcoin, and that's you know, when it comes to planning, that's one of the things that we have, you know, we approach.